Hello, Divine Sunshiners. Stay uplifted, stay motivated, stay ascended. Namaste, Namago. Hello, this is Divine Sunshine, and I am coming to you with checking in on the energy with a Divine Masculine. I came home from work, and I was like, ooh, I must check in and with this Divine Masculine. I seen him make an appearance on Divine Maverick. I watched another young lady's thing, and she was talking about that, and I could feel the energies of this Divine Masculine collective, whether it's wave 1, wave 2, wave 3, or whatever it is. It's like, you know, it's almost like cars when we talk about these twin flames, and there's a couple of them like make and model. Okay, thank you. Make and model. They might be the what you call Tucson, Honda Tucson, that's all gray, you know, of that pattern of that. And it's these, the ones that are all grays. Whatever it is this this Divine Masculine collectives in this kind of like category is again wanting to, they've been getting the urge again of wanting to make this fool's journey, which is again making this big leap, but being scared to do this. And I seen, and I even had said even on mine's, that the push is for him or she, whoever has the Divine Masculine is dominating, or even the Divine Masculine, either way, energies in this collective, whatever it is, it's like they're right there wanting to do it, but they're not pushing themselves to actually do it. And it's like, I want to, but it's like, again, like playing double dutch. And it's something about with them that I pick up intuitively. It's like almost like they want to have their cake and eat it too, but it's not in that negative ego sense, like, you know, I can have her and her at the same time. It's like, to me, and what I pick up from this Divine Masculine collective is like, I'm trying to make everybody happy. And in the process, me clear, making everyone happy, I'm making myself miserable in the process. And this is what it is. The overall energies here again is trying to again break out of this codependency, but it knows that the big influence of it is this attachment to it. Rather, it's some kind of thing like ball and chain, like it said again, a marriage, or again whatever it is. It's like he's really tied down to, he's chained to it, or feels that they're buying to it. And at the same time, in their spirit, they feel that again, it's like, I am wearing a mask through this all, and I really want to take this mask off, and I really want to again set myself free, and I really want to unchain myself from this. I also see here, this goes back to again what I'm talking about, this caring connection, where it is, to me, it's like I'm just really trying to be, you know, maybe in the situation they have gotten themselves into, it felt that again, that, you know, yeah, at the beginning of this commitment, I was really, you know, kind of like gung-ho into it, you know, but as time went on, it's like, I think I maybe picked the wrong one. I might have did the wrong thing. And I'm really, and somebody said and they kind of cling, like they kind of clingy, or I'm finding myself clinging to this, and I really know that I want to let go, you know, because my heart says so, you know, I gotta start rhyming, and, you know, and I just don't know how to let go. And this is where it is. It's just like, I don't know how to. And I feel, and I've seen in Divine Mavericks, and I know even in my experiences that of doing these readings, I think going on 6 years, really on this, or being on this channel in some ways, what is going to be always led is this tower moment, where it's like the universe, it's like, okay, you can't do it, then we're gonna have to step in, and do this by any means necessary. Now, you might not like the process. Now, do you really want us to step in and help you get out of this? Because you may not like it, but at the same time, we hear your soul, we hear your heart, and we hear where you really want to, again, us to play a part in as far as getting you out of it. And so this is an issue. What is the matters of the heart clear that's going on with this person? What's the matters of the heart? Needs to release the ex. Okay, this thing right here, I can hear somebody saying, duh. This right here is becoming such a burden that to me about them trying to, like Red Bull gives you wings, they're not even able to actually gain any type of flight or ascension because they got the wings, but they're so dirty. And I want to say they're so dirty is from them to me, like really being, I keep on saying, I've said that before, Captain Save-A-Hole. It's like I've been saving everybody that maybe should not be on the list of saving. This saving, like again, at the point that I'm even sacrificing myself in the process of doing this. I think there's something that they want to communicate. I see paper, so paper could also be involved in this as well, like something contractual. Maybe they've written a Dear John letter, like I really need to kind of get out of this. Something about a contract. It could be even a contract with even house. Maybe even that. Anything that's involving a contract or a business contract. Something that they have gotten themselves into and their people is involved. Being a part of it. This also has been a burden. It's interesting. It's got all these straps here. It's like almost again, it's always something tying them, feeling like they're tying down. Almost again like I'm always quoting Jada Pinkett Smith where it say entanglement. It's a lot of things that have gotten entangled with this person. It can be entangled as far as they're finding themselves strapping on. They're finding themselves having extra cords. That reminds me of cords. People linking into them, becoming part of them and their connections, taking energy, taking money, taking resources, doing things of that nature. And to the point is like in their spirit, they have, this is all females that's showing here. In their spirit, it has worn them down, but they have gained knowledge in their surroundings about this. I keep on wanting to track my neck, so whatever is like this is just like really like across the shoulders here. It's like I'm just holding the burdens of the world here that I'm picking up, because I keep on wanting to do the shoulder. I keep on wanting to touch it as well. To me, when I see trees, and it's got all different variants like tall trees, short trees, wide trees, there's been a variance of lessons learned here. I can also say which got trees too. It always remind me of lineage. There is also a point here where it's a lot of family ties involved with this, and this might be saying I'm doing this for the family. And I said that, and I've seen the other young lady in her reading had talked about whatever it is family, and this person might be in this situation because of a family kind of, again, distortion that's going on, or something that's been passed on, and they've got the help to clear the bloodlines. I do still feel that very strongly, that that's a part for some of these divine masculines that are in this situation, and this is one reason why they have not let go, because again, this is something that again they're familiar with. This is the devil that they know. This is a pattern that I'm seeing too, that is this is really all they know, and they don't know. It goes back to my grandmother saying, again, they don't know nothing but just cornbread. They don't know nothing about homemade yeast rolls. This is all they know, and they don't know that it's really something wrong with this pattern. It's something wrong with having a party of three. Maybe daddy did it, but that ain't really for me. And that's really where it's got to come to be. And this is where they got to have an understanding that this 3 thing is not happening, or this is a way in which they got an understanding about bad marriages and picking the wrong one. Maybe even thinking that, you know, hey, when I grew up, I see misery in the marriage, and I thought that, hey, this is what you're supposed to do. It's something again, and even the young lady had picked that up. There's something again religiously that this person is saying to themselves that might have been passed on to them, or again, this is something themselves. I could hear some of the parents saying, I ain't got nothing to do with that. I don't know where he got this from, because I didn't see nothing like that. Clear, and that might be true. Let me get clarity and get some other things on this release your ex. He's got to clean his ex because, again, you got the stag here, which to me represents understanding that you've got to really stand in your divine masculine power. And you got to clean things up to really, truly be in your really true divine masculine energies. It's the time to clean up. I remember the card coming out the other day with the yang, to release the divine masculine energies, to be able to receive it and to let go. It's some things in the ether, in his atmosphere, his surroundings, his environments that he's got to clean up. There's been some dust or some dirt that's been settling, and he's got to get to the point that understanding that, you know, that dirt is not good, and it is time to, again, to knock the dust off your feet, and let's get to kind of moving. Some things have been kind of settled. This, to me, when I think of dust being so much like that, it's like I don't want to disturb. I mean, in the song, don't disturb this crew, or something on the move. Don't hit and feel it, don't disturb this crew. You know, well, Eric Renee was what it's called, the system. And talking about that too, about the system. It's a system. It's systematic. How this is happening. This is like a system. This is what I'm used to. The family system, the family way. But it's got to, you got to disturb. You got to disturb. I think this person doesn't really understand, you know, they understand it, but they keep on saying in some ways, it's like, I just don't know how to get out of this situation. This is the problem. This is the problem. I don't know where them cards are. I think they way back in Yonderville. Let me see. Do I have this? Is them? Is these them? Let's see. Yeah, here we go. I haven't touched these in a minute. Let's look and see what's actually going on in the Kipper deck. Clear. What's going on with this divine masculine collective, whatever it is? Distant horizon. So they really want to start laying their anchor down. They got some, this is hopes, wishes, and dreams to me like this. This is really, they've been doing a lot of daydreaming. A lot of, I got 36 here, 3 trying to align themselves. 6, again, for love. And again, really coming to the point that to be 6 also remind me of a pregnancy. Really wanted to give birth to this dream that he's having, and he knows in order to do that, 3 and 6 equals 9, which means you got to end a cycle. He wants to really lay anchor to, again, distant horizons, like in the distance. But you know, I was going to do that, and I did not get a chance to do the podcast. But they were saying a lot of things. This person, if they keep on doing this is going to be on the road to self-sabotage themselves, because this person has got to get to a point to understanding that, you know, I think even from my experience with my partner as well, that, you know, it's kind of like a thought, like, you know, you ain't going nowhere. You know, you stay right there. I know you're going to be rocking with me. I still have a little fear that somebody can't come along with you, or come along and get you. But at the same time, it's like they have in the back of their mind, there's time. There's time. And if you see, I see my little light friends, if you think think about it, you know what I'm saying? Even with things that's going on, and not saying that anything traumatic or detrimental will happen or tragic would happen, but at the same time, life is short. That's why they say seize the day, because before you know it, in blinking an eye, you know, you're in good health. Next thing you blink your eye, you're in your 90s or you're in your 80s or 70s or whatever like that. And time is going. You know, you really want to be able to enjoy each other, not because of any kind of health reasons or anything tragic happens or whatever like that. And this, you know, really has got to get in the back of their head. And I thought about that too. And I was like, oh, they say that's one of the biggest, I think it was 10 things about how we self-sabotage, because we keep on thinking, oh, there's tomorrow. Oh, there's tomorrow. Oh, there's tomorrow. I'll get to it. And, you know, that's not going to work, you know, because before you know it, you in a marriage, and before you know it, it was just 3 years. Now it's 5 years. Now it's 10 years. And, you know, and the stuff, the years start accumulating, and then you look back and say, what did I do? And then if any kind of tragedy happens, God forbid that it does, and I'm not putting that out there, or anything else in years go by, you know, you'll look back and be regretful. And I know that from the story of my mom and dad, you'll be very regretful that you say, you know, and all that time that I was spending with this very thing that I didn't really want. And now I got, like they said, my friend said at the memorial for my friend that passed, you got more years behind you than you got ahead of us, if you're on my end. If you're younger and watching this, you have it, but you never know where destiny might lie or take you. So you have to remember that too, as well, is that, again, life is just like before you know it. And I think that this person's got to really start thinking that too as well. You know, like at the end, like Les Brown has stated, if the end of the day, if anything happens to you and you at the end of your days, and let's say you live all the way into 90, and you're in this situation that you so-called don't want to be in, or not so-called, you don't want to be in, again, and you so-called say you're trapped in, that's why I want to say that, because that's nothing but an illusion there as well. You're going to sit there, like Les Brown said, and all of them said, we have to die with you. I remember that used to be always so haunting. All the dreams, we could have lived, but we have to die with you. You didn't do this, you didn't do this, you didn't do that. So rather it is about this love, that this continuation from the other one that the divine masculine wants to have with the person, whether it's a person, place, or thing. You know, you've got to kind of, again, say, hey, one of those things when you find yourself trying to talk yourself out of something, you have to remind yourself, like, listen here, you know, it depending on where you are, we got to seize the day. We don't know, tomorrow is not promised to us at any age. With that, and so that's something that has to kind of look upon, because I think about that. I see child here, which like is a new beginning too as well, you know, holding on to something that's dear, this of the past, that's nostalgic, like the little teddy bear. But it again is like she say, Mariah Carey said, that's nothing but a sweet, sweet fantasy baby. Because again, that can't really talk to you. It can't really hold you. You can talk to it, but it's not going to respond to you. And that's, again, to me, what I pick up in this situation is what you're in. Are you really giving back what you're giving out? You know, is this what is this going on? Just from looking at the bear, it's like, okay, it's a two-way. I talk my emotions, but the bear is just like, I'm here. All I can do is hug. So again, what is it again that, although endearing, the situation might be sweet, but at the same time, is it able to talk back to you, to nurture you, to do those things, unless it's just your imagination that's doing that? There is a little part of some immaturity there too. And to me, again, if you're not forward thinking and thinking about the whole total piece about that, there's something about that that's not really fully grown about this person. And they might be stuck in the childhood because of maybe even childhood wounds too as well. Something again about this house, this came out before I remember me doing other ways. It's a house wherever it lives. Again, things are not as it seems. It's not a home there. It's very guarded. And what's going on with this person, but I see in the background, not lightning, but I see the moon, and the moon is giving way to the light. So it's something about the illusion is about to be revealed too as well. What else is going on with these set of collections? Says in some ways it knows that the divine feminine energies is waiting and has some expectations. Again, about unity and also giving rebirth and becoming harmony and be able to have this balance of flow of the divine feminine and the divine masculine energies together. Infinity could also expectations as if we're talking about the divine feminine energies also as a person is also waiting. They have expectations too as well. So they can feel that too as well. It may be expectations in the divine masculine to do a certain thing, or even with themselves, the divine feminine energies. It's like we got expectations and we expect it to, you know, be in a loving relationship or be in a career that really fulfills us, or being in a home that we really love. Those things, we have expectations, and we kind of waiting to expect it to see it coming to fruition. And this is what's going on, because I see sunlight. There is this divine masculine knows that there is a pathway that they must go. This pathway is one in which is, again, there goes trees of enlightenment, of knowledge, like tree of life that's going to give and say, this gives me life. Understands that. And I see butterflies here too, which represent, again, there's a great transformation. There is a light at the end of this tunnel. There is a light. Again, like they say, I can't see my way beyond the forest, beyond the trees, but there is an open pathway. There is a definite way. This person has got to really be able to, again, open up their eyes to see it. And it's the transformation that they're going through that they're a little scared of doing. We got the number 35 here, which means, again, he's got to get his spirit, soul, and body in alignment with this. And then, again, the 5, when you do that, that will create the change. And then it'll start a rebirth of his life. There will be also more harmony, more of a balance, more of a yin-yang going on with him, balance within. And so that will bring out this yin-yang balance, so without, as well with this divine masculine. Let me use my cards to get more specific about what's going on. Clear. Okay, so right now he is two ways. Even with our first thing when I pulled this out, it said this divine masculine had thought he had found contentment right where he is emotionally. Felt it also that it has been peace emotionally. But I'm also feeling that this divine masculine feels like, again, he wants contentment. He wants peace. Because right now, currently, there's been a lot of arguments going on. Okay? He's been doing a lot of praying and affirming that some action will be taking place in his life as well. He's becoming more fiery. To me, again, that's kind of like that action that wants to take, or he's been to be, maybe been a little bit more vocal, because my voice is kind of back too as well. It's a little raspy, but it's like, again, I still got some strength and some power in it, and fiery in his emotions, like, I'm not going to take this, you know, it's just like that muy caliente, that spiciness, a little bit. Maybe I'm picturing the person like, oh my God, clutch the pearls, like, where the hell is this coming from, you know? Most of the time I say things like that, you just kind of like bow down. Now you just like snapping back at me. You're like, oh my God, I can't believe where this is coming from. You know, and like this person, like whatever it is who he's biting from is like a sense of like entitlement, or like they just like an air of arrogance or whatever it is. Whoever it is, I've tapped into that. Don't ask me what that is. It's like, oh, and like, oh my God, you're talking to me like that? Oh my God. You know, it's like that kind of like, kind of like, that, you know, where they're coming from. And so it's like, and I can see the DM like, yeah, I'm talking to you, you know. And hey, that lets me know that sign that there's conflict in there, which lets me know that is true. It's some debating going on. Again, this came out before. It's about the issue of infidelity. There's a conflict about this. And this is High Priestess in reverse. And at the bottom of the deck is the Chariot. Oh, wow. Do I got a lot of... Oh. Yeah, I'm trying to see where does it stop there. Chariot in reverse. So some things are changing. There's been some lying going on. And the Sun wanting to have everything underneath the sun. Explorer, which would be the one who's the runner. But this explorer means the person has right here, the divine masculine energies, has been exploring and gaining strength. Becoming more tender because of the karmic. Mediator means that's the person who comes in between the divine feminine and divine masculine energies, so it can make sure that it becomes some type of movement in the direction of union. This infidelity has been on the part of if this is a male, this is a female. Because in some decks, the High Priestess, and that's in reverse, that's the karmic thing. So again, whoever this person is that's giving them the hard lessons, there has been some infidelity. So it's an infidelity. It could be trueness. It could be actually also cheating. Infidelity, they're bringing to me saying too as well, is not being really loyal to it, not really truly believing in the person, really, you know, not thinking that they can do it. It's not really like really supportive and having their back. There could be so many things of infidelity. It's not like true to the so-called union that they have or the so-called commitment they have. Let's say again, there's some person say, well, they ain't got nobody extra. This could be again like they might be in a part. I'm picking up like a business. We in partnership, and somebody, as they say, being in bed, which is not actually being in bed with some other person, a business person behind their back, and it's like, okay, I thought we was gonna go on this big adventure together. Now all of a sudden you bringing Tommy in. Where Tommy come in from? Okay, and then before you know it, it's him and them, and they done bought you out. You know, it's kind of like that situation. Or again, like Mom was telling me about somebody buying a house, and the lady said she had bought the house, and soon she went by there to just see how things were going, and she seen somebody had already had gotten their stuff in the house, the curtains, the blinds, everything. She said, what the hell? And when she went in there, she's like, what you doing in my house? And the lady said, I put $8,000 down on this house. I ain't thinking about putting this, let go on this house. So I don't know what happened. I ain't watched the story, but that's what it seemed like to me. Like, so somebody, the buyer or whoever the seller, wasn't really true on how they practice infidelity on the trueness of the contract that was signed between this lady that said that she's the one that had the house first, and that was her house. She said I hadn't sold it yet, so I want to know how somebody got in my house and already in there when I said it was. So anyway, it's something like that. That could be again, that does not have to be an actual relationship, but it's something about a connection or contractual agreement that had been made, and that's what's being involved here. Even with a job, you know, I thought I thought I was for the promotion. What happened? Now all of a sudden you getting Teresa gonna be now she's a partner of the firm. I thought you told me I was gonna be a partner. Okay, now how this happen? You know, like, again, they romancing you, talking to you, giving you cases, making you feel like you're going to be it. And that's infidelity, too. That's not being true as well. That's another way it could be played out. However, here we go. The famous tower. And I do feel like that's going to have to come out with this person. They got to have that tower but this tower is going to make them kind of, again, and I've always believed that they're going to become a hermit. Like, you might not hear from them, no communication. They might go off to themselves to kind of really get a better vantage point. This person like sitting on top of a building to get a really vantage point of where they are in the world, how they view everything in their world, like really survey and really get an understanding of it. And so that, don't be afraid that if this comes down and you don't hear from your person, they had this big tower moment again, that this leads them to really go to a much a higher place to really be able to see everything. This is also going to make them action and movement to make them more loving. They're going to feel lost as well. I got any of them turning back to my regular cards yet. Yeah, here it is. It's at the end. This person might have been dealing with drugs and alcohol as well. Something about they liked about the fame as well. Something about the draw about that. They might have even liked to say, leave the drama for your mama. Probably they've seen a lot of drama in the mother's lives or in the maternal side. They like that drama. And so that's what kind of draw them to this situation. Or rather, it's the job, the person, place, a thing, because it's something about the maternal side of the family that lay at them that they like all of this extra, being extra stuff. And now they're kind of seeing that that's bringing kind of conflict to the way in which they see things, feel things too as well. They know in their spirit that they got some kind of business in the world. This is what came to me about this one. Right now, it might be things might be kind of like a little stalemate, a little bit, kind of not movement. Hangman also, because of this happening too as well, has helped them to be able to look at the world from a different perspective. This is, again, this whole situation really helps them to get a whole new perspective on life, period. A better understanding of themselves, better understanding about the world, a better understanding about what's going on in love too as well, and also maybe even job and about them and the mission and what they have to do too as well. However, there is going to be some justice involved, so I think about justice is going to be served. Justice is going to be served on clearing of the bloodlines for the family. Justice is going to be served about them, because I believe that some things is going to be said. If I've seen on social media on that other one, because this is a continuation from Foolish Heart, something about social media as well is playing a very big part on this. And he's going to get some redemption. There's going to be some justice. It might be, I'm picking up too as well, it's a split. She's going to get some justice. He going to get some justice, whomever it is in the situation. You know, I always remember that saying God loves everybody too. That's theirs too as well. And so, you know, there's going to be some justice served too as well for them. And I'm seeing the sword. It's going to be some sword of truth, and it's going to be some balancing out of things. The temperance card is coming to mind too as well. Balancing out with that. Maybe in the female's thing, she might be a little bit too ego. This thing here with this tower moment coming is going to knock her out to kind of balance it out there. We less on the ego and a little bit more humble. That thing. Same thing with the divine masculine energies too. Maybe he had some issues with the ego and that, or maybe had issues with really opening up his heart and loving, and this now is going to help to balance the scales for this one. Wow. So we see here some obsession with some things. These cards get interested here. In their thinking. Some obsessive, compulsive thinking about some things. I think it's something that maybe in life or a way they was thinking that goes back to religious thinking. They really have been believing in that very thing to happen in a certain way, and that's kind of what kind of made this thing kind of manifest. Obsession, you might have to kind of watch it. Maybe with the person that he's with might even become a little obsessive too as well. Got to kind of watch that as well. Maybe as things come towards the end, maybe might be obsessed with you, might be obsessed with you. He's keep on saying you too. See another friend coming. So you kind of got to like watch that, light friends. You got to kind of watch that too as well. That one. Some stalking might be involved. Maybe not even remember. Might feel like Jasmine Sullivan. I bust the windows in your car. Do 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 of my broken heart. Do 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 do. Whatever. So kind of watch that too as well. Might be because they might not be in the right mind to really kind of let it go. I think about one of them cards I had there where the divine masculine slips out the window and the woman is still there. She's still dirty. It's still some things mentally got to kind of get over with as divine masculine finds his way to kind of slip out and make his exit as well out of this. I'm being directed to say that, you know, some of us has got to stop thinking that the divine masculine is not strong enough that they can walk, or when the spirit does give them that exit and they say, here we're opening up the door, and they're like, ooh, that's the opening, okay, I'll take it. That they are going to be strong enough to take it. Some of us are sending that vibration that we feel that they might not do it, you know. And again, if it's like my grandmother told my dad, if it's hurting you bad enough, you do something about it. Now, it's again, are they at that place that they believe this is really hurting me, this is destroying me, this is, again, like my partner said, this is irking me to my soul. When they get to that point and it's really bothering you and you're like, hey, I can't take this, I don't give a damn how this ends, get like Tina Turner and say, you can take my name, my money, but you can't take my name, that's all I care about is getting out of this. You know, some of them are, but they do want me to direct that some of us got to watch it, because I think some of us like, yeah, the opening might come and they might not take it, you know. And that's something, again, the pride, they're going to be in their fears about this is the pride, because, again, whatever this situation was, the job, the marriage, or whatever like that, it's going to make them kind of in their kind of feels, be prideful. Some of it might be on their end. I'm getting a fork of road. Some of it might be coming from the person that they let go. They might be prideful. They might also feel like they have been betrayed. There's a betrayal in the situation. There's a conflict about them. I feel that goes to fork of road. They might even feel betrayal about themselves. They might even feel like betrayal coming from this the situation, betraying you. You might say how that could be, betraying themselves, the family, the person that is in there too as well. But then at the end of the day, they're going to find temperance. They're going to find strength. It's something about this here is helping to balance the scales and understanding that cake, you can't have your cake and eat it too. Understanding that there's got to be a balance to it. Its balance has got to be restored. And this is what I'm strongly picking up from this whole situation. This 3D show up that has here to understand that there's got to be a balance. A balance got to be restored back to the family. Balance got to be restored to them. A balance got to be restored to the person who stepped in to help them learn the lessons and agree to be in this partnership with them, to help them to grow and to find a way, like the true path that they must go. That too, it's got to be balanced in the divine masculine energy. It's got to be balanced in the person that they had teamed up with, whether it's a male or female. There's got to be a balance too, as far as you being with the divine counterpart too as well. Like counterpart, we gotta counteract that. We got to counterbalance it. We got to find how we can bring this back to restored order so there can be a balance too. So this is what this is all about, and that goes back to talking about that divine timing too as well. Just trying to see. I don't think it was. I ain't pull these out in a minute either. Okay, let's see what's going on with the divine feminine in this one. Divine masculine in this one. I've seen it. If so, you can come back out again. Ooh, Lord, have mercy. That's a lot. And what are the other ones? No. That ain't it. Hold on one second. We've been in here so long. Okay, well, maybe I'll pull you out there. Come on. I did with you all in a while. And the divine truth. Ooh, I like this door. I'm pulled to there. Let me see what it's going to do. Okay, so the divine feminine, what's going on with her is that, again, she's nostalgic. She wants, there's a sword here, though. So there is some things about this thinking here. She wants, again, to be open and receptive to the divine masculine energy. She wants them facing each other and going off into the same direction as well. Wanting everything, sun and things to be very growing, very fruitful and very luscious. And there's growth with that as well. Got number 14. We got you wanting intuition, awareness, being very grounded, so we could be able to create this change. Okay, that's going on with this one. I haven't pulled them out in a while. Okay, next thing we got, again, the cup, which is a 1. This is Ace of Cups. Here is 2 as well, but it's in the reverse. Really wanting that influence again, where in some ways she could be able to have the divine masculine in his heart space and be able to kind of control him. Not control him, but like I'm a willing participant, and like he's like, I'm just here, you know, mold me, use me, do whatever you want with me as well, and be collective while she's again in her bliss by being in that role of that Ace of Cups where it's mutual. I want you. You could tell that I'm holding on to you. You also are, again, in the space of holding on to me. You're open. You don't even mind. To me, it's like, I don't know why I won't say, I'm hearing the other word, where I don't mind even if I'm acting very feminine, where I'm being vulnerable and giving in and letting you take the reins. That's what the divine feminine wants to happen with the divine, in the situation. When we're talking about the divine masculine energies, he wants, again, to be nurtured by the divine feminine. He wants her to be in a healthy place to be able to manifest this and also have a healthy connection with him as well. So as him being in his power in the way he's thinking, and he's willing to start all over again. We got the number 10 here too as well. And they're really being laid down and comfortable. And they say, lay my head on your pillow and just relax, relax, relax. So again, he feels like he's relaxed. He wants both of them to be relaxed in their heart space too as well. And understand that's in the world, and wanted to start with a 10. Here we got the elephant again too as well. This time the divine masculine wants the divine feminine to eliminate, I think, things of the past, things that have happened, for her to really accept him in his heart space, being very open to her as well. In the position is like really truly understand, I got you. I got you. Let me be the support. Let me help you stand. So this is where he is, that's the number 11. Okay, and again, that's a balance there too as well. So really understanding that this is where they are. Here we have the number here's the number 11 again too as well. The divine masculine also feels like, again, that he wants to be, there go that pride there again, represented with the peacock too as well. But But to me, it looks like she wants her to, he's got a conflict about the view and how he wants to. But he's in a position, I see this cow, which means to me really wanting to have a true commitment. Also having the sword there, to me, is also ready to be able to defend this love as well. And also, peacock is really the beauty of part of it, the handsomeness, the really showing off of it. Something about this to me as well is also wanting to show. I said that not just for that goes to the popcorn love. I don't want it just to be for you and I, but again, it's like to me, you in a position to know it's okay to submit to me and that I will be there to defend you and protect you. The divine masculine understands too as well that, again, we got the number 10 with the wands here, in his action that he has in the past have caused the divine feminine to be very flexible in what she's doing. She's even bend over backwards too as well. They go to trees. Well, again, to me, that's because of family, familiar, understanding of ideologies, philosophies too as well. But to me, it also tells me he's got a new way of looking at things too, because he's got 10. And he's also maybe made even the person that he's dealing with also bend over backwards too, because that's just something that he's just has learned, a learned pattern as well there. And to him, again, the throat, we got the blue, his throat power, he might be using that, understanding that to break the bridge, which is again to make it manifest. And he's got green there on top of there, which again to me is truly getting into his heart space. The divine masculine energies understands too as well. We got the wheel here. Things have got to change, has got to shift in order for him to be able to get in this position where he wants the divine, the woman, to be open. I'm seeing here a pillow tear that he really wants her to relax into this and really receive this. And I've picked with this here that this is not only the divine feminine on the outside, but within himself to be able to receive this and to nurture himself about this new change this here that's got to happen. What comes up must come down. Understanding the flow. Understanding that, again, things do change. Like that, and to be receptive. I think something about this divine masculine, especially when it comes to relationships, not really truly understanding that it's got to be a change happens, and it's nothing that you didn't done anything wrong. That's just how it goes. And so that helps him to be able to, I see the color red here, me more grounded and rooted, handle some of that familiar or that, again, ancestral clearing that he's got to do, because that's rooted in also what's happening with the family ties and the family systems, and also in his thinking to be more able to stand in his power. Just like, again, the divine feminine in her energies, in her thinking, she's got to be more coming from the thinking heart intelligence too as well. And we got here with her, she has orange here, which is, again, no, it's kind of red. It could be orange or red. Anyway, she's got, again, to be in the space of a healthy connections when it comes to this divine masculine energies, and he understands that in order to receive. The divine masculine energies understand there's a one of swords here, so there's, again, a conflict. It seems like, again, that the divine masculine understands that the divine feminine has been one of the persons who has been, she's got like an axe or something there that has been the one that give people the chop, and it's been more of the defender in this. While they've been trying to keep themselves focused in on things on the ground or earthly matters. When it comes to the 3D, she's been more so of the warrior about this, and I'm seeing him just kind of like holding on to her, and the way this is like she's the one who's balancing it a little bit. He's got her open, but she's balancing and holding on, and she's carrying the weight of the divine masculine energies. And to me, that's something in which might be something that he's learned even in looking in the familiar, where the female has been the one who's been doing that. So the roles has been an interesting reversal with this divine masculine. And to me, I keep on looking at that. It's like, it's interesting. She's got orange on. He's got to get in his heart space, and she's got to also understand. I see the color purple around her too as well. as far as getting downloads about, you know, something about this is not right. How do I get out of this situation where it feels like I'm the heavy in this situation? And the divine feminine, he's dealt with it, done that. Maybe the female on the outside, this one that he's working with is helping him to learn the lessons. He's doing the same thing too to them, and he's got to learn how to be able to, again, that's that codependency. I'm picking up that thing with that attachment. And he's got to pull himself out of that, where I'm really used to the woman being the foundation of it all. And, you know, she's like, okay, I've got to carry me, but accept you at the same time, receive you, and then defend us at the same time. That's a lot. So, you know, this is where it is, and there's a conflict about this, and I believe that the person he's with is feeling the same thing too. But at the end of the day, he got the Two of Pentacles, in which I like this card here because there's a balance. It's like, what you're doing, I'm doing, you know, and we're balancing this. I'm holding on to you, you holding on to me. I see the Pentacles, I see the Swords, getting control of the way we're thinking, getting control over, now that's a shield. To me, it goes two ways. You could be either laying down your shield and your sword, because they've been both a little defensive in this, and understanding now we got to lay down and we got to be more even with this balance of energies. We got the two, which to be, again, is really truly having unity. Or again, it could be again that nah, that's it, because it's leaving me to go the other way, that I talked about as well. So we're going to lay that down. In order for us to really have this union, we've got to get the defensiveness down. We got to lay down what we believe is the truth down, and we got to put that shield down. So now, what does the Spirit say is really the truth about what's going on in this thing here? Clear. Look, using the doors. What do they say? Birth. Another gateway appears in the view. New life is unfolding with blessings to you. Now that's interesting. When I look at this, someone might say, oh, that looks like that's an opening into like the pyramids and like a tomb. To me, again, it's not in some ways, and like that again, that's the opening of the canal where it's very dark, and someone might say this could go two ways. This could be even a doorway to your death, where in order for you to give birth to something new, something has got to die. And this is, again, this is what the truth is, what's going on about this situation is, yes, it appears to be looking like things are dying. That's the truth. But there is a new birth. Another gateway, this says pathway, is giving way right now. And it's, again, a new life is unfolding, and with blessings to you. Because, again, even when I was talking about all those cards and they gave the story about this DM, again, you got this tower and things were kind of like going down with spiral, but at the same time, there's blessings that's going to be brought unto this divine masculine as they go through this process. A new doorway is being opened, okay? And this is the doorway being used, okay? What can we, in the meantime, what can we do in order to be able to, about this situation? I always give the things. What can we surrender? If this is your person, clear. What can they do and what can you do? Surrender obsessive thinking. A lot of swords came out. So they need to surrender that. If you're obsessing about, and remember the obsession card came out. So if you're obsessing about a person, a situation, turn the dilemma over to Spirit. Doing so will help bring you clarity, even solve the problem. What can you do as the person who's watching this? Wow, you got a lot. Surrender to denial. I think we talked about that. Accept people and situations exactly as they are, without denying the difficulties. Then you can see things clearly and make the best situation. So let's say that they're in this situation and they are you know, married, or they're in a committed relationship, and then some of us might even be thinking, okay, well, they could just walk on out of it, like, you know, it's not healthy, that's not good, it was me, I'm gonna say deuces, you kissed my a long time ago. But then you got to remember again that if you're looking at it from a place of denial and weighing everything and looking at their whole situation, you can say, well, okay, there's children involved, there's this property involved, there's they do have established something, they have established a Facebook image or persona, that they got to unravel that. It's a lot of things that within themselves have got to come to that ego death, that, you know what, I've got to let this go. You know what, it's not worth it. I know I've set up this kind of XYZ in Facebook, but you know, I'm gonna have to let it go. Or some other little businesses that I gotta figure out how I can unravel that, how I'm gonna be able to sell. All that stuff is going to take time. It ain't no just like wham bam, thank you ma'am, I'm out the door. You know, if some of you all say, you know, you're looking for them to come through the day, understanding that, again, back to Jada Pinkett, there's some entanglement, there's an unraveling, just like a shoe in a knot with the shoelaces. You know, you got to keep on picking with it until, you know, you find yourself like, oh, it's loosening. That's the same thing. Or anything that has gotten entangled, you know, you got to take one thing at a time. You know, it's gonna unravel. Like I always tell myself, it didn't come naturally like this, so it's not gonna stay like this, because this is not its true form. So it's going to come off. It's got to come or unravel itself. It's just, I got to find a solution of how I can do that. And that's the same thing, just like this here. You know, it feels like it's all raveled up, but they've got to find a solution to be able, they will find a solution to get out of this. So surrender, denial, accept people clearly is about what's going on. Surrender to what is, okay? Which is flow with what is instead of fighting it. When you can't change the situation, compassionately accept it exactly as it is, and it will bring peace. Okay, not saying I'm giving in to say they won, but just say, okay, I see where it is the way it's showing up, and then that's it. And I just set forth my intentions. We'll be in union. I don't know how it's going to happen, but I'll let things just kind of flow so things can be let go, you know, and that's it. Surrender your addictions too as well. So again, whether you're addicted to substances, food, people, sex, or overworking, taking action to heal the addiction and replace it with healthier alternatives as well too. So what is it thinking? It could be a thinking of negative thinking all of the time. You know, worrying is an addiction too as well. So you got to kind of work on healing that in the meantime. That's why I say a lot of times when you're in separation, it's always a lot of stuff you could be working on. Okay, and then surrender to wonder in awe. Open to the magic of every moment and sense the awe and wonder in all life. This attitude will keep you connected to the ecstasy of flow. So again, stay in the know, stay in the now, stay in the state of being. Always find gratitude. Like I said, it's always things that you can be able to do to find out about, so it can help you to stay true, so you don't be so blue, you know, and so, because peace be unto you. And so all of those things can be, you know, it's going to happen. This person here, like I said, the things they have to surrender for that is that. And then the overall thing about this divine masculine here, energies here as well from spirit, clear, will tell them is what? Okay, I got two of this. Be ready to change direction. That's the hangman. Change in direction, especially in your spirit. And be ready for new love. Okay, that's the overall energies for that, and that's what spirit wants this DM to understand. Gotta change directions. I almost feel like square dancing. Promenade, swing your partner, change directions. You know, and it's time for you to. It's time to let them go. Okay. Again, like I said, can't have the cake and eat it too. Can't have that. But, you know, in order for you to begin something, you got to end something. And this is what this message is really bringing to this divine masculine. So again, if this is your person, I gave you some things that you need to do and to surrender and to work on. That's going to help them a whole bunch as well. Because this one been hitting the I was about to say the chitlin circuit. This one been hitting the twin flame circuit for quite some time here lately. So this is something that again, this is a real strong energy that's again crying out to be paid attention to, and we've got to take heed to what's going on in the divine masculine energies. Remember again that the divine masculine energies, depending on how you feel, I keep saying that again, if you feel like again you're in your divine masculine energies, then this message, and you feel that it resonates for you, or you feel like that sounds like your person, that's fine, or you feel like it's today it is and tomorrow it isn't, that's up to you too as well. You know, this is how the story goes, and you know, on this journey things flow around. Who is this? Hold on a second, who is this? Okay, I know I'm on the phone here. Oh, somebody dropped something off. Okay, dropped the package off. What did I get on there? Did I get something from Amazon? Might have. All right then, as always, love you. 1 hour on the head. Okay, you got a lot of good stuff. I'm gonna watch this. I think I'm gonna go back and watch even the Popcorn Love and Foolish Heart, because this could all of them wrap in together. Like I said, this is really almost like part 3 or part 2, continuation with the Foolish Heart. All right, there go my little, there go my little light friends. All right then, I see pink right there. All right then, until next time, stay uplifted, stay motivated, stay ascended. Namaste. Now I'm going to go. Mwah. Love you.